So I've been having this Facebook conversation with a trainer in the US, and she's upset because I'm recommending people track their clients' menstrual cycles because it has no impact on performance. So basically what she's saying is the various phases of the menstrual cycle have no physiological impact on performance. So therefore, why bother tracking? It makes no difference. And what I really struggled to get through to her was that, and what I feel the need now to reiterate and emphasize, is that tracking is not just about performance. Exercise is not just about performance, okay? It's about health and well-being, right? Now, the menstrual cycle is a major player or a major sign when things aren't going well from a health sense in a woman's body. And that is why I recommend you track. So just a couple of reasons off the top of my head, if you're tracking, like vaguely when she's going to ovulate, and that's associated with increased joint laxity and increased incidence of injury. It's just something to know, right? It might inform your choices. If you're tracking, you'll know what times of the month this person gets dizzy or low blood sugar. We know that insulin sensitivity varies throughout the cycle. It's only little, but there's also not a lot of research. Tracking the cycle means you understand this client in front of you is prone to low blood sugar in one phase or another, and you can plan for performance even with extra snacks, or you can plan for timing her eating around her session in that regard, or that time of the month. The menstrual cycle is obviously a major sign for inflammation. It's a major sign for whether she's fueling enough or overtraining. And it's a major sign for other hormonal dysfunctions, of which exercise can exacerbate or improve, because you would change your exercise prescription based on a diagnosis of PCOS, for example, compared to a woman who has, I don't know. Now I've gone blank. So I guess my rant is over. But the point is, tracking her cycle is about her health and her well-being. It's not about performance. And it's not even necessarily about changing your training session around her cycle. You don't have to do that. So for example, I do pretty much the same routine twice a week. I do weights. The type of weights varies, but because I have pelvic inflammatory disorders, a couple of them, I need to be careful about how I expose myself to inflammation in my late luteal phase, because exercise does cause inflammation in a good way. That's how we get stronger and fitter. But when I do that on top of the prostaglandins, on top of my existing inflammation, I get catastrophic periods. So what I need to do is taper, and what I need to do is rest right before menstruation, and then I have a tolerable experience. And not all women need to do this. I get that. Having said that, there are natural fluctuations of our hormones in a healthy cycle that will just make these different modes of exercise easier, essentially, easier or more natural. So, for example, in that follicular phase, you're more outgoing, your testosterone spikes, your estrogen's quite high. Those are all hormones that are conducive to building bone and muscle mass. You could do the same program, say, for 9 weeks like I used to, and concentrate on sets of 3 to 5 in that follicular phase. You could do the same around ovulation, but understand that she needs more stability if you want to be conservative, because she's high risk of injury. And then you could build to 3 sets of 10 or move into more of an endurance zone in the latter half of the cycle. You could do this. You don't have to do this. But what I'm saying is in strength and conditioning, we're cycling training anyway. We're doing a week of 70% intensity. We're doing a week of 90% intensity. We're dropping it back to 60 and we have a rest week. That happens every week anyway. So there's no harm in hitting a rhythm with the client in front of you, which is what tracking, it's the information that tracking gives you that helps you design that rhythm for each and every individual. So what I'm not saying is that there are hard and fast rules and everyone must train a certain way according to their cycle. What I am saying is there's amazing information there. Like, take the information because that will help you train them better. And we're all in this industry to do better.